Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with a second stimulus check update video. In today's video, we are going to discuss a $1,200 stimulus for college students, which can we say I am here for? Absolutely. We also are going to discuss the second stimulus for all of us Americans, tax refunds, IRS, and child support. So if you want to know what's going on in the world, you already know what to do, honey. Stay tuned. I got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, where have you been, my darling? Like, I've been on YouTube for months, years, okay? My name is Shalae, and here on this channel, we talk about shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. All you have to do is click that big red subscribe button, and while you're there, can you go ahead and give me a like? Because, like, you like me, right? Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Representative Bobby Rush, a Democrat from Illinois, has proposed the Student Recovery Eligibility for Low-Income Individuals to Exact Funds Relief Act. That's a lot. Oh my gosh. Okay, so pretty much what this act, all this means, guys, is that he wants to give a $1,200 stimulus check to college students. That's it. I am here for it. I agree 100%. We all know that a lot of college students were ineligible to receive like that direct assistance from the CARES Act because a lot of college students were claimed on their parents' tax refunds. And so pretty much what this Relief Act would do is to help out the college students during this crisis. Now, a lot of times if you already received the Pell Grant, you're kind of considered, I guess, like low income because it does have that income criteria. And so he's like, hey, let's go ahead and give America's most vulnerable families this money, which is college students. Absolutely, I'm here for it. Now, this Student Relief Act does already have 7 co-sponsors. I'm not gonna name all the 7 sponsors on here, but I agree, anything that we can do for the upcoming generation so they don't have to take out these student loans, any grants. Now, of course, we know a few days ago I had talked about, it was Obama's economic advisor, and that was John King, and he was like the former, I think, education secretary. He calls for like the Senate to actually double the Pell Grants during the pandemic, so that can actually, so college students coming this fall would not have to take out a lot of money going back to school this fall. I'm here for it. Let me know what you think down below about this $1,200 proposal. Do you have a student or do you have a child that's attending college? Would your child benefit from this? Let me know. Let me know down below. What do you think about it? I'm here for it. So there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and move over to the second stimulus because that's what we're all kind of worried about. And Senate, like I'm looking here and the clock is ticking, okay? Like we're about to be on July 1st, like tomorrow. What is going on? So according to Newsweek, the Oklahoma Senator Jim Inhofe said on Tuesday that the Senate leaders held a 2-hour discussion during a Senate Republican luncheon. Now, oh my God, Senate, like y'all have these recess, y'all have these lunches, like what do I need to do to get into a brunch or something? But they had the luncheon last week in DC, and the main focus of the conversation or the luncheon was on the new stimulus plan. So according to the senator, he states it's going to happen. It's just not going to happen yet, which I think we kind of already knew that, you know what, this is an election year. That is our golden ticket, okay? But he stated that it's going to happen. What you don't want to do is have a reward given to people who don't want to work. Now, we can go down that rabbit hole and we can argue and go back and forth, but you know what? In the words of Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. The fact of the matter is, most people want to go back to work. Most people just don't have a job to go back to, okay? So it's not that you're given a reward, all right? So, but we'll save that for another day, okay? If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. All right, so you already know he got tag teamed by his friend, Mr. McConnell, and he said, wish lists are not what the country needs right now, referring to the HEROES Act that was passed by the House in May. This bill includes an additional round of $1,200 stimulus checks. McConnell, who also said last month that if another stimulus bill is passed, it would happen this summer. So we only about like 9 days in the summer. Mr. McConnell, can we move this a little bit expeditiously for me, darling? All right. And Mr. McConnell further added that legislation action and recovery efforts by the Senate needs to address jobs, healthcare, and kids. I agree with that. To step back towards normalcy, our country will need K through 12 and college students to resume their schooling. Okay. We'll need to re-energize hiring to get workers their jobs back. Okay, I agree with that. And we'll need to continue progress in the healthcare fight to get ready for the fall and winter and speed the search for a vaccine. All right, so McConnell, you know what? I'm here with you. I agree with that, but the people need their money a little bit sooner, you know. Can we take all that passion that you have, can we move it just a little bit quicker? Okay, I'm not rushing. Believe me, I'm not rushing. Don't rush. All right, but you know, we're going into another month right now, and the last time I checked, like the cost of food is going up. Have you guys seen this? Like meat is through the roof. All right, I don't even eat eggs, but I'm considering them now because that's like the lowest thing at the supermarket, and I'm allergic to eggs. But the cost is going up, and yeah. Oh, guys, if you have not caught my EBT video, I did like an EBT video earlier today, like your girl is working, I'm pumping out videos. But I also want to come to you and give you some more information because I know people are asking about programs for pandemic EBT. Is it going to continue throughout the summer? So I'll do that in another video, okay? But check that out. I'll have it somewhere in the cards. All right, so for the next order of business, we're gonna go to child support. The child support did release a statement. If you owe child support, the IRS, of course, they used your first round of stimulus checks to pay the money back. However, that won't be the case for the second round. So if the Senate does pass the second round, according to the HEROES Act, it does cover child support payments as well as back taxes and any debts that are owed to the state and federal government. If you owe any of those people, they will not take your second stimulus. So I know that has been a lot going on with, hey, are they going to take my second stimulus check? Now, the HEROES Act specifically states that the second round stimulus checks will not be subject to garnishment by creditors or debt collectors. They would not be lost in bankruptcy proceedings either. Now, of course, the first round did not provide all these protections, but it is. Now, I know a lot of people also have asked that, hey, my, significant other, my children's father, his child support was seized from the stimulus. How can I get it? I am still looking into that for you. So if your child support was seized or you are the person on the receiving end, like, hey, where's his stimulus check? Because I want it. Or you're like, hey, where is her stimulus check? Because she owes me this. I am looking for you. I think it's more on a state basis, but I'm still researching that. So no worries at all. Now, IRS tax refunds. So we know millions of people are still waiting for the IRS to process their federal income tax return. And according to a new report that was filed by the National Taxpayer Advocate Erin Collins, she said that right now, the IRS had a backlog of 4.7 million returns for 2019 tax year by mid-May. So about a month ago, they had about 4.7 million, which is delaying the refunds for many people. Taxpayers who filed a 2019 paper return and are entitled refunds may be in for a long wait. So if you filed paper, now I know a few friends who filed their taxes back in February, they are starting to receive their refunds. But according to Ms. Collins in the report, what the IRS has done is they've prioritized in accordance with what the government has asked them to do. It's been a priority to get out these stimulus checks, so that's what they've been doing. But that takes away from other functions of the IRS, which is refunds. The IRS can hold on to people's tax returns, They can hold on to people's tax returns forever, and if they wait too long, they will have to pay interest. So I think she meant to say they can. Okay. Whatever, they can't hold on to your refunds forever, guys, which I've already talked about this in a video. The IRS did release a press statement or a press release, and at that time it stated that if the IRS does owe you a refund, you will go ahead, depending on when it was filed and everything was processed, you can receive interest on your refund, and so that will come as a separate check. So you'll get your refund in one check, and then if interest is owed to you, you would get a second check on there. Also, she stated that regarding the taxes and the stimulus checks, for those that are still waiting on their stimulus checks, remember you have until September to receive your first stimulus. Hey, I don't make the news, I just report it. Okay, so if you're still waiting on your first stimulus, you have until September. Now, the IRS did go ahead and update some new, they had 2 questions on there. The first question was, what should I do if I think I received more than one economic impact payment? Now, you have some people that can't even receive their first one, and you have some people that have received about 2 or 3 different payments. This is America. Okay, if you believe that you received more than one stimulus check, make sure that it is not your tax refund. So guys, make sure it's not your tax refund. Make sure it's not your unemployment compensation payment, and make sure that someone else in your household, for example, you may have a family member who receives federal benefits, or an adult child that shares your same name or bank account. So if it's none of those, okay, if it's not your unemployment, if it's not your tax refund, and no one used your account, then you will receive a notice for your 1444, and it will be mailed to you. And at that time, you can go ahead and mark or contact them and say that, hey, you believe this payment was made in error. And at that point, they'll tell you how to process and send them back the money. Last question, this has to do with the payees. How would the IRS send my economic impact payment if I have a representative payee, or if I am a representative payee? And if that is the case, then your payment will be sent to the bank account that was provided on your tax return for direct deposit, or it will be mailed to the address that you have on file on there. So if you did not file your 2018 or 2019 taxes, then the payee should be receiving the EIP to the same direct deposit account or the direct express card as the recipient's monthly benefit payment. Alrighty here, and so that's what we have regarding that. And also, if you're still waiting to file your taxes, the Department of Treasury and the IRS announced today that the payment for your tax filing and payment deadline is July 15th. They are not going to postpone that. So if you are an individual unable to meet the July 15th due date, you can request an automatic extension of time to file into October 15th. But other than that, they want their money and they want you to file your taxes. And there's 3 people that I grew up that my parents say you don't play with. 3 people. And that's the I, the R, and the S. Okay. So guys, that's exactly what I have. It was a little bit more news than what I thought today. All right, please let me know down in the comments below. You always do. What do you think about the $1,200 stimulus payment for college students? Do you think that it should happen? Do you think the Pell Grant should be doubled? Do you think do you like, hey, no, they should not receive the $1,200? I would love to read it. Let me know as well, what do you feel about the child support? Are you still awaiting child support or your stimulus from child support, as well as are you still awaiting your first stimulus check? Let me know that down below. And guys, let me know how you're doing. Okay, let me know how you're doing. Please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I will talk to you later. Bye guys.